How are you doing, math learners? This is your free access YouTube educator, Math Teacher Ash. And today, in our video, we will have another reviewer series in preparation for the fourth quarter examination of our grade 8 students. In this video, we will encounter several questions and we will try to answer and explain them one by one. So if you are new to the channel, please click the subscribe button and notification bell for you to be updated of these cool clear math videos just like this. So without further ado, let's do this. Question number 1. According to the triangle inequality theorem, the sum of any two sides of a triangle is blank the measure of the third side of the triangle. Is it A, equal to, B, greater than, C, less than, or D, not equal? I will give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, math learners, this question is very easy because if you can still remember your lesson in the fourth quarter about triangle inequality theorem, it means that the sum of two triangles, regardless of what sides you are considering, whether the first or the second or the third and the first, it will always be greater than the third side. Okay? So remember that, my dear math learners. It will always be greater than. So for this question, our answer is letter B. Alright, so I hope you got that one, my dear math learners. Now, let us go to question number 2. Where is the location of the longest side of the triangle? Is it A, adjacent to the largest angle, B, adjacent to the smallest angle, C, opposite side of the largest angle, or D, opposite side of the smallest angle? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, another easy question we have here because in terms of the relationship of the angles of a triangle and its sides, always remember that the bigger the angle, the opposite of it is also the longest side. So therefore, the smaller the angle, we also have the shortest side of its opposite. So the correct answer for this question is very good. Letter C. Talking about the longest side, then we will have its opposite as the largest angle. Alright, so I hope you got that one, my dear math learners. Now let us go to question number 3. Which of the following is the correct description of exterior angle inequality theorem? Is it A, the measure of an exterior angle of a triangle is equal to its remote interior angles? B, the measure of an exterior angle of a triangle is greater than either of its remote interior angles? C, the measure of an exterior angle of a triangle is less than its remote interior angles? Or letter D, the measure of an exterior angle of a triangle plus its remote interior angles equals to 180 degrees. I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, math learners, now let's talk about exterior angles. Now, if you know the relationship of exterior angles in a triangle, remember this, my dear math learners. The exterior angle is basically equal to the sum of its remote angles. So if that is the case, then we can say that each remote angle of that exterior angle is always less than. So talking about the choices we have here, the measurement of the exterior angle is always bigger than its remote angle. So therefore, the correct answer here is letter B. Alright. The measure of an exterior angle of a triangle is greater than either of its remote interior angles because the exterior angle is equal to the sum of the remote angles. Alright. So I hope you got that one, my dear math learners. Now let us go to question number 4. Which of the following measurements can be length of the sides of a triangle? Is it A, 2, 14, 18, B, 6, 9, and 15 centimeters, C, 7, 9, 15 centimeters, or letter D, 3, 14, 18 centimeters? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, math learners, if you are listening to our discussion, remember that in order to have a realistic measurement of a triangle, each two sides of the triangle should always be greater than the third side. The sum of the two sides should be greater than the third side. So let's check here whether we will have a scenario like that. So 2 plus 14, that's 16. It's not greater than 18, so letter A is wrong. 6 plus 9, that is 15. And 15 is equal to 15, not greater than, so that is also wrong. We have here letter C, 7 plus 9, that is 16, and 16 is greater than 15, that may be correct. 9 plus 15, that is, of course, 24, and that is bigger than 7. How about 7 and 15? 7 plus 15 is 22, and 22 is bigger than 9. Therefore, this is a realistic measurement of a triangle. So letter C is our correct answer. Alright, we got that one, my dear math learners. Of course, letter D is wrong because 3 plus 14 is 17 and it is less than the measure of the third side. Okay, so I hope you got that one, my dear math learners. Very, very easy. Now let us go to question number 5. Can this lengths 4, 5, and 9 form a triangle? Alright, is it A? No, because the sum of the two sides 4 and 5 is equal to 9, which is the third side. Letter B, no, because the sum of the two sides, 9 and 4, is smaller than 5. Letter C, yes, because the sum of any two sides is greater than the remaining side. Or letter D, yes, because one can create a triangle with any three sides. I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, math learners, for this question, we have here 4 and 5, that is equal to 9. And 9 is equal to 9 to the third side. So therefore, that is a big no-no to our measurements of a triangle. Because as what I've said earlier, the sum of the two sides should always be greater than the third side. So the answer C and D, or the choices C and D, are already wrong. Alright, so we only have the 2. We have here A, no, because the sum of the two sides of 4 and 5 is equal to 9, which is the third side. No, because the sum of the two sides is smaller than, okay, so the letter B is wrong. The correct answer for this one is letter A. Alright, so we got that one, my dear math learners. Now, if you do have some questions or inquiries or confusion about our topics here that we are discussing, kindly put it in our comment section below. And of course, I will have the time to read that one and get back at you. Alright, now let us go to question number 6. Which set of numbers could be the lengths of the sides of an isosceles triangle? Is it A, 1, 1, 2, B, 3, 3, 7, C, 5, 5, 15, or D, 6, 9, 9? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, math learners, let's just apply what we have learned earlier. So the measurement of the sum of the two sides should always be greater than the third side. Alright, so 1 plus 1, that is 2, that is equal to the third side. So A is not realistic. Letter B, 3 plus 3 is 6. It is less than the third side. That is still unrealistic. We have here letter C, 5 and 5. That is 10. It's still less than the third side. That is wrong. So letter D, we have 6 plus 9, that is 15. 15 is bigger than 9. 9 plus 9, that is 18, bigger than 6. 6 and 9, same goes. So therefore, the correct answer for this is letter D. Alright, so I hope you got that one, my dear math learners. Now let's go to question 7. Which set of numbers does not represent the measures of the sides of the triangle? Is it A, 4, 5, and 6, B, 5, 5, 11, C, 4, 7, and 10, or D, 7, 7, 7? Alright, I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, math learners, so we are finding now the measurement that is not represented to measure the sides of the triangle, meaning we are finding the unrealistic side of the triangle. So of course, let's just apply the sum of two sides is greater than the third side. Okay, so 4 and 5 is 9, bigger than 6. Okay, 5 and 6 is bigger than is 11 and bigger than 4. 4 plus 6 is 10. Okay, so A is realistic. Check. Here, letter B, 5, 5 is 10. It is less than 11. So we already have our correct answer for this given question, and that is letter B. Alright, because of course 5 plus 5 is 10, and that is less than 11, the third side, and that is unrealistic for the measurement of a triangle. Of course, letter C and letter D are also applicable for a realistic sides of a triangle. I hope you got that one, my dear math learners. Now, let us go to question number 8. In triangle ABC, AB is equal to 4 feet and BC is equal to 7 feet. Which inequality represents all possible values for the length of AC? Is it A, 3 is less than or equal to AC and it is less than or equal to 11? Letter B, AC is greater than 3 but less than 11. Letter C, AC is greater than or equal to 2 but less than or equal to 10. Or letter D, AC is greater than to 2 but less than 10. Alright, so I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners. So basically, we already have two sides of a triangle here. So we have 4 and 7. So if we add 4 and 7, that is equal to 11. So meaning, we already can see the correct answer for our given. So that is letter B because we have here bigger than AC. Alright? So as you can see, equal is not applicable in the rule of the triangle theorem. So therefore, this one and this one are wrong. Okay, so how about this? Of course, if we are only considering 10, then it is not applicable for the 4 and 7 because the sum of 4 and 7 is 11. Alright, so that is how you consider this solution. Alright, so the answer is letter B. Let us go to question number 9. Can we make a triangle with lengths 3, 6, and 8? Question is why? Is it A? Yes, because the sum of any two sides is greater than the remaining side. B? Yes, because we can create a triangle with any 3 line segments. C? No, because the sum of the two sides 3 and 6 is greater than 8. Or no, because the sum of the two sides 3 and 6 is not equal to 8. I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, in this question, we have 3 and 6. That is, if you add them, that is 9. And 9 is greater than 8. So, this is applicable. So, basically, C and D is already wrong for this given question. Okay, so we only have here. So, of course, letter B is not applicable because we all know that we cannot just make any 3-line segments without considering its measurement. So, letter B is also wrong. The correct answer is letter A. Alright, so I hope you got that one, my dear math learners. Now, let us go to question number 10. Consider the figure below. Which of the following theorems proves that side ET, okay, where is ET here? Okay, this one is greater than side AM. Alright, and there is a marker that this side is equal to this side and this side is equal to this side. Okay, is it A, hinge theorem? B, triangle inequality theorem number 1, C, triangle inequality theorem number 2, or D, exterior angle inequality theorem? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, this question talks about a definition and an application of a certain theorem. Now, in terms of this example, if you have two sides that are congruent to another two sides of the second triangle, but the included angle is different, that this one, okay, the included angle here we have 110 degrees, while here we have 120 degrees. If you have different included angles but your legs or the sides forming that included angle is the same, this falls to the theorem of the hinge theorem. Okay, if you know the definition of the hinge theorem, that talks about if two sides or two corresponding pairs of sides of two different triangles are congruent and they have different measurement of its included angle is having the bigger side. okay, the bigger third side of that. So in this case, we have 120 here, we have 110 here, therefore this AM is greater than ET. Okay, so that is based on the hinge theorem. All right, so I hope you got that one, my dear math learners, and congratulations, you already finished the first part of our reviewer series. Now we will go to the second part, and if you find this video helpful for you in preparation of your fourth quarter examination, kindly like this button and click that notification bell as well as the subscribe button. Thank you very much. Now let us go to question number 11. Given M is parallel to N, which pair of angles are corresponding angles? Okay, so we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Is it A, angle 1 and angle 8, B, angle 2 and angle 6, C, angle 2 and angle 8, or D, angle 3 and angle 6? I will give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, math learners, if a parallel line cut by a transversal and you form those formed angles, now talking about corresponding angles, these are angles that are basically the same position, the same figure, okay? And they are equal. So let's check on the pairs given in our choices whether we can find a pair in which they have the same position. Okay, so 1 and 8. So we have here 1 and 8. Where is our 8? Okay, so they have a back-to-back position. So this is wrong. How about 2 and 6? We have 2 here and we have 6 here. Okay, so as you can see, the 2 is below, the 6 is below, and it is in the left side. This 6 also is in the left side. So therefore, we already have a corresponding angles here. So the correct answer for this one is letter B. All right. How about 2 and 8? So 2 and 8, they are alternate exterior angles. And angle 3 and angle 6. Angle 3 and angle 6. And they are not with the same position. So they do not correspond with each other. Alright, so those are also wrong. So I hope, my dear math learners, you got this one. Alright, so now let us go to question number 12. Still the same. We have here which angles are equal to angle 7. So we have here angle 7. Alright. So is it A, angle 1, 2, and 3, B, angle 1, 3, and 5, C, angle 3, 5, and 8, or D, angle 3, 5, and 6? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, my dear math learners, the technique here is very simple. What you need to do is you just apply the zigzag motion, alright? So, with your given a 7, in order to make a zigzag motion, this is the way you will be doing this, my dear math learners. So, let me just show you the way. So, zigzag motion is like this, zigzag motion. Alright, so what are those angles that touches this zigzag motion? So we have 7, 5, 3, and 1. So that is the 7, 5, 3, and 1. So the correct answer for this given question is letter B. Alright, so we are correct, my dear math learners. I hope you got that one. Okay, so now let us go to question number 13. Given still, okay, if the measurement of angle 4 is equal to the measurement of angle 6, which theorem is used in this equality? Alright, so is it A, corresponding angles postulate, B, alternate interior angles theorem, C, alternate exterior angles theorem, or D, same side interior angles theorem? Okay, I will give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, math learners, this question is very easy. Why? Because we are talking about here number 4 and number 6. So those angles. So as you can see, this is inside. This is interior of this given figure. So therefore, the exterior is already wrong. So this is letter C, that is already wrong. Now, of course, this is not corresponding angles because as you can see, the position is not the same. So this is also wrong. Now, we only have same side interior angles and we also have alternate interior angles. Now, which of these two is the correct one? Now, when we talk about same side interior angles, it means that it is lying on the same side. Okay? So if this is the side, then this is the part. So they are the same. However, we are talking about this one. Alright, so as you can see, they are alternate inside this parallel cut by a transversal. So therefore, that means that the correct answer for this question is letter B. Alright, so I hope you got that one, my dear math learners. Now let us go to question number 14. Given the same figure, what is the measurement, or find the measurement of angle 5 if the measurement of angle 3 is equal to x plus 38 and the measurement of angle 5 is 2x minus 7? Is it A, 45 degrees, B, 49.7 degrees, C, 83 degrees, or D, 90 degrees? I will give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, as you can see here, we have a problem that needs to have a solution, right? Okay, so let me just show you this one. So we are talking about angle 3. So where is angle 3? This is the angle 3. And also we are talking about angle 5. So this is the one. So we can say that angle 3 is equal to angle 5. So therefore, we can equate these two given expressions. So we have here x plus 38 is equal to 2x minus 7. And then let's just apply the algebraic solution, and that is combining like terms. So we will transpose the x here going to the right side of the equation, and we will transpose the negative 7 or the minus 7 to the left side of the equation, giving 38 plus 7, and here we have 2x minus x, and that will give us x is equal to 38 plus 7, that is 45. However, this 45 here is not the answer for our problem, because the problem is asking for the measurement of angle 5, and the measurement of angle 5 is given as 2x minus 7. So therefore, that is 45 times 2, because our x is 45, and then we just copy this 2 here, minus 7. So by doing so, 2 times 45, that is 90, minus 7. So 90 minus 7, the answer is 83 degrees. And this is the correct answer for our problem. Now, let us check whether we are correct. Alright, so we are correct, my dear math learners. So, I hope you got that one. And that problem is very, very simple still. If you do have idea on how to solve problems using algebraic method. Alright, so now let us go to question number 15. Which phrase completes the statement, if two lines cut by a transversal make blank, then the two lines are parallel? Okay, is it A, alternate interior angles congruent, B, alternate exterior angles complementary, C, corresponding angles supplementary, or D, same side interior angles complementary? Okay, I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, my dear math learners, in order for this statement to be true, first things first, we need to make a two line cut by a transversal, and those two lines should become parallel. Okay, so if that is the case, if we are already familiar with what we have been discussing earlier, we have here a figure like this, right? Two lines and then cut by a transversal. Okay, so in order for these two lines to become parallel, it means that there should be congruency. Okay, so let's check. Alternate interior angles are congruent. So alternate interior angles, so this one and this one should be equal. This one and this one should also be equal. Next, alternate exterior angle should be complementary. So when we say complementary, it is equal to 90 degrees. So alternate exterior angle, so this one should be complementary with this one. So that is already wrong, because alternate exterior angles are always congruent. So letter B is wrong. How about letter C? Corresponding angles are supplementary. So corresponding angles, those are the same figure. So if this is the one, and then another one here is this one. Okay, so they should be supplementary, meaning equal to 180. So that is wrong still, my dear math learners, because they are also be, or they should also be equal in order for it to become a parallel line. So this is wrong. And then we also have same side interior angle should be complementary. So this same side, if this the angle and this one is the next angle, they should be equal to 90 degrees. Remember that same interior angles is not complementary, but they are very good, supplementary. So also our letter D is wrong. So therefore the correct answer here is letter A. So now let's check whether we are correct. Alright, so we are indeed correct, my dear math learners. I hope you got that one. And if you do have some questions or confusions, don't forget to put it in our comment section below. Now, let us go to question number 16. Given angle 1 is equal to or congruent to angle 5. So, angle 1 is congruent to angle 5. Okay. Which postulate or theorem justifies that lines M and N are parallel? Okay. A. Converse of the alternate interior angles. B. Converse of the alternate exterior angles. C. Converse of the corresponding angles. Or D. Converse of the same interior angles. I will give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, math learners, another very easy question for this given. Why? Because we are talking about angle 1 and angle 5. So as you can see, this is the angle 1 and this is the angle 5. So this is the position and also this is the position. Of course, these two are not exterior because 5 here is interior, 1 here is an exterior, so that is wrong. This is also wrong. Now, how about the same side interior? So again, this is also in the exterior, so this is also wrong. Therefore, the correct answer here is letter C because they have the same position, so of course they are considered as corresponding angles. I hope it's clear, my dear math learners. Now let's check whether we are correct if it is letter C. All right, so we are correct, my dear math learners. Now let us go to the next question. Question number 17. What is the measure of angle 3 if measurement of angle 5 is equal to 115? Okay, so the same given earlier. So that line E and line F are parallel. Okay, is it A, 65, B, 95 degrees, C, 115 degrees, or D, 135 degrees? I will give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, math learners, for this question, another easy question. So in order for these two lines to become parallel, it needs that angle 5 and angle 3, which are alternate interior angles, they should become equal or congruent. So therefore, if angle 5 is 115, then it needs to be 115 also for our angle 3. So therefore, the correct answer is letter C. Alright, very, very easy. No need to solve, my dear math learners. Now, let us go to question number 18. Which theorem proves the following? If A is perpendicular to C and B is perpendicular to C, then A is parallel to B. So this is the figure. Okay, is it A? Given a line and a point, on the line, there is only one line through the given point that is perpendicular to the given line. B. In a plane, if two lines are perpendicular to the same line, then the two lines are parallel. C. Two lines are parallel if they do not intersect. D. Two lines are perpendicular if they intersect at right angles. Alright, I will give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, my dear math learners, this question is quite tricky. You need to apply some analysis on this one. Okay, so how? In order for us that A or line A and line B to become parallel with each other, in which line C here is the line cut by a transversal, okay, or the transversal. In order for A and B to become parallel, there should always be a consideration that C here, in any case, should be perpendicular to this one. Okay, so as you can see, it is already given here that A and C is perpendicular, B and C is also perpendicular. So then we can say that A and B are parallel. So basically, among these four given choices, only letter B is the main idea or that satisfy this scenario. Alright, why? Because, of course, this letter C doesn't only say about perpendicular, so that is wrong. However, this one, two lines are perpendicular if they intersect at right angles. This is basically a definition of perpendicular lines, but it does not prove anything about how these two lines are parallel. So that is also wrong. And of course, letter C is talking about a line and a point on the line, and there's only 1 point. So it is not just 1 point, but 2 points. Alright, so that is also wrong. Now, let us go to question number 19. Okay, in any case, the roulette showed bokya in the roulette of fortune. What do you call in probability terms the showing of bokya? Okay, so what do you call that result? Okay, is it A, probability, B, event, C, outcome, or D, sample space? I will give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, math learners, this is just an application of your vocabulary skills. Why? Because here the scenario says about the result that shows bokya. Now, in probability terms or in the vocabulary of probability, the term result is basically referred to us as, okay, very good, that is outcome. All right, so the correct answer for this question is letter C. Probability is the chances, event is the whole scenario, the sample space is how many scenarios we have. Okay, I hope you got that one, my dear math learners. Now let us go to question number 20. Mr. B tossed a 10 peso coin. What do you call in probability the action done by Mr. B? Is it A, probability, B, event, C, outcome, or D, sample space? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners. So for this question, what is asked here is the action done by Mr. B. We are not talking about the result of the toss coin. So it's the action that we are talking about, the happening. So if that is the case, what is the another term or what is the other term for happening? Okay, so that is letter B. Alright, so I hope you got that one, my dear math learners. So basically, also in mathematics, it is very important for you to have a wide range of vocabulary in order for you to understand some problems given. Okay, and we already finished 20 questions, my dear math learners. We are halfway of our reviewer series. Congratulations for arriving in this part, and if you do so, please click the subscribe button and share button to help your friends in need. Alright, now let us go to question number 21. Jean is playing card together with his friend Lynn. He is asked to pick a red card. What is the probability that a black card can be picked by Jean? Is it A, 1/4, B, 1/2, C, 1/8, or D, 1/14th? Okay, I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, my dear math learners, for this scenario, we are talking about the deck of cards. Okay, so Jean and Lynn are playing the deck of cards. Now, if you can remember, in the deck of cards, we have a total of 4 sets of ace up to the king, right? Okay, so that is basically 13 cards. So, one set of 13 cards for clubs, another set for spades, another set for heart, and another set for diamonds. Now, the two hearts and diamonds are color red. So, we have a total of 52, and among that 52, half of that cards are red and half of those cards are black, because black are represented by the clubs and the spades. So therefore, in order to pick a red card, you have 26 out of 52 cards as your probability. And if you simplify 26 out of 52, that is very good. That is 1/2. So in every 2 cards you pick, you have the probability that you can get a red card. Okay, so but the question here is black card, so still the same. Okay, because he is asked to pick a red card, but what is the probability that a card will be picked by Jean? So basically, they are just the same, because the number of black cards and the number of red cards in the deck of cards are the same. So that is 1/2. Okay, so 1/4 is wrong, 1/8 is wrong, and 1/14 is wrong. Alright, so let us go to question number 22. What is the sample space in tossing a die? Is it A, 6, B, 12, C, 24, or D, 36? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, math learners, talking about sample space, it is the possible outcomes. Okay, so therefore, if you have a die, that is dice in plural, if you have a die that has 6 faces, right? So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So therefore, there are only 6 outcomes, and that is the total outcomes, which is also known as sample space. So therefore, the correct answer here is letter A. Alright, so I hope you got that one, my dear math learners. Now let's go to question 23. What method of counting is illustrated below? Apple, orange, bingo, apple, orange, pineapple, apple, orange, melon. Is it A, probability table, B, systematic listing, C, tree diagram, or D, fundamental counting principle? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, math learners, this is very simple. As you can see, it is made by listing. So therefore, the correct answer here is letter B, systematic listing. Okay, simple as that, my dear math learners. So of course, there are some questions that are very literal. So you just need to think that which of the following is the best answer for this given scenario. Now let us go to question number 24. Johnny uses a certain method of knowing the sample space shown below. What is the method he used? Shown at the right. Okay, so we have here subject and then it is arrowed with math, science, English, and Filipino. Is it A, probability table, B, systematic listing, C, tree diagram, or D, fundamental counting principle? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, math learners, as you can see in this example, it is a diagram. So basically, you don't need to complicate the question itself because the example here is a diagram. The subject is connected to several subjects. So the correct answer here is tree diagram. Okay, so that is very simple, my dear math learners. Now let us go to question number 25. If Kaloy has 3 shirts, 2 pair of shoes, 3 pairs of socks, and 4 pants, which counting method is best to use to determine the number of combinations Kaloy may wear? Is it A, probability table, B, systematic listing, C, tree diagram, or D, fundamental counting principle? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, math learners, so as you can see here, this is a scenario in which the question being asked is which among the method is best to use to determine the number of combination. My dear math learners, the 4 given here are used in order to get the combinations of certain scenarios. However, what is asked here is the best, and it is not talking about what pairs will you come up with, but it talks about the number of combinations you can make from these pairs. Okay, so the best way to do that is very, very simple, my dear math learners, and that is the fundamental counting principles. Why? Because in the fundamental counting principles, what you need to do is you just multiply those numbers, 3 times 2 times 3 times 4, and that is the total number of combinations Kaloy can wear in his clothes. Okay, so A, B, and C are wrong. I hope you got that one, my dear math learners. Now let us go to question number 26. What is the probability of picking a heart card in a box with 5 spade cards, 2 club cards, 3 diamond cards, and 10 heart cards? Is it A, 1/2, B, 1/10, C, 2/5, or D, 0? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, math learners, so as you can see here, we are talking about the probability of picking a heart card in a box. So how many heart cards are there? There are 10, right? But in a total in the box, how many cards are there? So we just need to count the number of cards in order to get the sample space. So 5 plus 2 plus 3, that is 10, and then 10 plus 10, that is 20. So in order to get a heart or to pick a heart from this 20 cards in total, that is 10 out of 20. And if you simplify 10 out of 20, the answer for that is very good, 1/2. Alright, my dear math learners, we just answered this problem. We go now to question number 27. What is the probability of getting an even number when rolling a die? Is it A, 1/6, B, 2/3, C, 1/2, or D, 5/6? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, math learners, if you can remember, in a die, there are only 6 faces. There are the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, what is asked here in the problem is getting an even number. So, an even number is a number that is divisible by 2. So, therefore, 1 to 6, what are the number that are even on those numbers? So, that is 2, 4, and 6. So, that is 3 out of 6. So 3 out of 6, if you simplify that to 1 or get the lowest term, that is also the same as our question earlier, that is 1/2. Okay, so the question here, or the answer for this question here, is letter C. Okay, we are correct, my dear math learners. Now, let us go to question number 28. When two coins are flipped, what is the probability of getting two tails? Is it A, 1, B, 1/4, C, 1/2, or D, 2? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, my dear math learners, now, remember we have here the scenario of two coins, okay? So, if you have two coins, let's just think about one coin. In a one coin, there are two possibilities, the tail and the head, right? Okay. Now, in another coin, we have the tail and the head. Now, if these have two scenarios, now you will be simultaneously flip them, okay? So, the number of outcomes will become doubled because the two outcomes here and the two outcomes here, we will multiply them. So that is 4, right? Okay. But in the given scenario, having or getting two tails, there could only be one. Why? Because in the two coin flip, you can have heads, tail, heads tail, and head, head. Okay, so those are the 4 scenarios in the two flip coins. So therefore, talking about two tails, you only have 1 out of 4 scenarios. Okay, so the correct answer is letter B. Alright, so I hope you got that one, my dear math learners. Now, let us go to question number 29. A basket has 3 apples, 5 pineapples, 2 durian, 2 watermelons, and 4 avocado. What is the probability of picking a pineapple? Okay, is it A, 3 out of 16, B, 5 out of 16, C, 1/2, or D, 1 out of 16? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, math learners, we just need to consider the outcomes and the sample space. So the sample space is the total of the given fruits in a basket. So 3, 5, 2, 2, and 4, if you add them together, that is 16. But the question here is picking a pineapple. So how many pineapples are there? So that is 5. So there are 5 out of 16. So therefore, the correct answer is letter B. Ayan. Okay, so we are correct, my dear math learners. So I hope you got that one. Now, let us go to question number 30. Okay, so a basket, okay, the same scenario but different question. What is the probability of picking an avocado? Okay, is it A, 1/16, B, 5/16, C, 1/4, or D, 1/2? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, math learners, so as you can see here, now the question is focused on avocado. So still, we have 16 fruits total in a basket. So how many out of those fruits are avocado? So we have 4. So that is 4 out of 16. However, 4 out of 16 is 4 over 16 and it is reducible into its lowest term. So 4 out of 16 is basically 1/4. You can divide the numerator and denominator by its greatest common factor, which is 4. So you have 1/4. Okay, so the correct answer is letter C. Alright, my dear math learners. Now, we already finished 30 questions. So, it means that you already finished the 3 parts of our reviewer series. So, congratulations, my dear math learners. By doing so, you just click the subscribe button and you can have more ideas for this one. Okay, now let us go to question number 31, and we are down to our last part. Okay, question number 31. Each of the letters in the Philippines, okay, is written on a card. A card is chosen at random from the bag. What is the probability of getting the consonant letters? Is it A, 7 over 11, B, 9 over 11, C, 4 over 11, or D, 5 over 11? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. So of course, my dear math learners, in this question, as you can see, the choices has the same denominator, meaning that the number of letters in the word Philippines is 11. But our focus here is to find the consonant. Now, question is, what do you mean by consonant? Consonant are those opposite by the vowels. So the vowels in the alphabet are A, E, I, O, and U, while the consonant are the exceptions, the B, C, and so on and so forth. So therefore, we will just eliminate the vowels here. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 4 will be subtracted from 11, and that will be the number of consonants we have. Okay, so 11 minus 4, that is 7. Okay, so therefore the correct answer for this is 7 out of 11, or 7 over 11. All right, my dear math learners, we are correct. Now let us go to question number 32. A class has 15 boys and 25 girls. If a student is picked at random, what is the probability that the student is a girl? Is it A, 1/4, B, 1/3, C, 5 over 8, or D, 1 over 8? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners. Now, we have here 15 and 25. So, if we add them in a class, that is a total of 40 students. Okay. So, among the 40 students, what we need to get is the girl. So, the probability of the girl. So, how many girls are there? So, 25 out of 40. So, if you simplify 25 out of 40, that is divisible by 5. So, that is 5 over 8. Alright, so the correct answer is letter C. I hope you got that one, my dear math learners. Now, let us go to question number 33. Each of the letters of the word honesty is the best policy is written on a card. The 22 cards are shuffled and placed under the and placed upside down on the table. What is the probability that a card picked at random shows a vowel? Alright, so it talks about vowel. Is it A, 7 over 22, B, 15 over 22, C, 1 over 22, or D, 1/2? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, math learners. Now, what we need to do here is consider how many letters are there in the honesty is the best policy. So, of course, as we can see in our choices, it has mostly the same denominator, and that is 22. So, there are 22 letters here. Now, we will be counting the vowels because that is the one being asked in the problem. So, how many vowels are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so there are 7 vowels. Alright, so therefore, the correct answer here is 7 out of 22, or 7 over 22. I hope you got that one, my dear math learners. Now, let us go to question number 34. Okay, question number 34. Okay, it's the same scenario, but we have a different question. What is the probability that a card picked at random shows a letter that occurs twice? Is it A, 1 over 22, B, 1 over 11, C, 8 over 22, or D, 5 over 22? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, the first thing you should do here in order to answer this question is to check what letters occurred twice. So, meaning 2 times. Okay, so if we check the honesty is the best policy letters, what we have here has that letters that are repeating, but there are some that repeat only once, there are some twice, and there are some 3 times. So we will check on those letters that occurred twice. So let's check letter H. Okay, that is twice. O, okay, another, and I think N is not. E, N is 3, E is 3 times. S, that is 3 times also. T, that's 3 times. Y, twice. Okay, so we already have H, O, and Y. All right, what else? I think I is also twice. Okay, S, we already finished with S. B once. P, O, twice. P is only once. C is only once. L is only once. Okay, so we have 4 letters that occurred twice. The H, the O, the Y, and the I. So, of course, that is 4 letters. And since this occurred twice, that is a total of 8 letters. So, 8 out of 22. So, the correct answer here is letter C. Alright, we are correct, my dear math learners. So, I hope you got that one. So let us go to question number 35. Okay, the same scenario, but another question here is what is the probability that a card picked at random shows a triple vowel letter? Okay, triple vowel. So is it A, 1 over 22, B, 1 over 11, C, 3 out of 22, or D, 5 out of, or 5 over 22? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, my dear math learners, The focus here is a vowel that repeated 3 times. Okay, so let's check on the vowels. O, only twice. E. Okay, E is 3 times. I, twice. We talked about that already. I think there is no other vowel letter here. Okay, so there is only letter E. The triple vowel letter is letter E, so that is 3 letters. E, and E. Alright, so that is 3 out of 22. So basically, the correct answer is letter C. Okay, let us check. Alright, we are correct, my dear math learners. So 3 out of 22. Now, let us go to question number 36. Mr. R has 3 green, 4 blue, 5 white, and 8 black polo shirts in his closet. What is the probability in percent will pick a white polo shirt from the closet? Is it A, 5%, B, 12%, C, 7%, or D, 25%? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, math learners. Now, let's first add all the number of polo shirts Miss R has. So, we have 3, 4, that is 7, 7 plus 5, that is 12, 12 plus 8, that is 20. Okay, so now we are talking about 20 shirts here, but the focus here is white. So that is 5 out of 20. So 5 out of 20, if you simplify that to 1, that is 5 over 20, that is basically 1/4. And in percentage, 1/4 is equal to, right, very good, that is 25%. So the correct answer is letter D. Alright, easy, right? Now, let us go to question number 37. A card is drawn from a well-shuffled pack of 52 cards. What is the probability of getting red club's card? Is it A, 1/4, B, 0, C, 1/2, or D, 1 over 13? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, my dear math learners, these are what we call the tricky question. So I hope you will not be confused on this question. Why? Because the probability here is getting a red club's card. The first question you need to ask to yourself, is there a possibility that a club is colored red? Alright, very good. There is no possibility that a club is red because all clubs in the deck of cards are black. So therefore, there is no way that this will have a chance for you to get a red club card. So the correct answer is 0. Alright. I hope you got that one, my dear math learners. Now, let us go to question number 38. In a summit of professionals, there are 100 participants. 15 are police, 12 are lawyers, 20 teachers, 15 are social workers, 20 are engineers, and 18 are doctors. If a participant is selected at random, what is the probability that the selected participants are doctors? Is it A, 9 out of 50, B, 320 or 3 over 20, C, 1/5, or D, 3 over 25? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Okay, my dear math learners, the question is focused on doctors. So how many doctors do we have here? There are 18 doctors out of the 100 participants. So 18 doctors out of 100 participants, if you simplify that fraction, 18 over 100, it is divisible by 2. So therefore, 18 divided by 2, 100 divided by 2, the correct answer is 9 over 50, and that is letter A. Very easy, my dear math learners. Now, let us go to question number 39. There are 4 blue marbles, 5 red marbles, 1 green marble, and 2 black marbles in a bag. Suppose you select 1 marble at random. Find each probability of the probability of black. Is it A, 1/2, B, 1 over 12, C, 1 over 6, or D, 11 over 12? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, first things first, we need to add all the given marbles in order for us to get the sample space. So 4 plus 5, that is 9, plus 1, 10, plus 2, that is 12. Okay, so how many are blacked here? Okay, there are only 2 marbles, so 2 out of 12. So if you get the simplified form of 2 out of 12 or 2 over 12, that is 1 over 6. The correct answer is letter C. Alright, my dear math learners, I hope you got that one. And now we go to question number 40, the last question. Same scenario, but what is asked here is not green. Okay, not green. So is it A, 1 over 6, B, 1 over 12, C, 1 over 1 half, or D, 11 over 12? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, we have 12 marbles still. But what we are finding now is the probability that is not green. So we have only one green marbles. Meaning that among the 12 marbles, only one is green. Therefore, not green are 11 marbles. Okay, so the correct answer is 11 out of 12. That is 11 over 12. All right, we have answered the 40 questions in preparation for your examination, my dear math learners. Congratulations, and I think you are now ready to take your pre-finals and finals examination for this school year. If you find this video very helpful to you and to your friends and to your classmates, kindly subscribe, like, and share this video. This has been your YouTube Edu Creator Math Teacher Ash, and always remember, it is fun to learn mathematics if we are together learning. Thank you so much. God bless and keep safe always.